Welcome, everyone, to our discussion on really effective ways to improve your English speaking skills. Today, we're diving into 21 cool methods that can change the way you speak English. So let's get
hmm
started.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited about this. It seems like there's a tip for every part of language learning.
For sure, one of the first ideas is uh, learning new words and phrases every day. It's like building your vocabulary brick by brick.
Right.
Even one new word a day adds up. 365 words in a year.
That's impressive. And it's super practical too. I mean, setting daily goals really gives you a sense of accomplishment.
Exactly. And then there's making use of authentic English audio and videos to nail your pronunciation. When you hear words correctly pronounced, you can really mimic that.
Yeah,
It's about training your ear to the natural sounds, whether it's from online dictionaries or YouTube tutorials.
right. And even podcasts like those focused on pronunciation can be gold mines. But sometimes I wonder if just listening is enough. What about active speaking practice?
Great point. And that's where improvising conversations comes in. It's like thinking on your feet. You pick a random object or a letter of the alphabet, and then you start talking. It forces you to form
Absolutely.
sentences quickly, boosting your fluency.
Yeah, it almost feels like a creative exercise, a little bit of drama for your brain.
Absolutely. And then to add a fun twist, using tongue twisters can be surprisingly effective. They not only improve your clarity, but also ramp up your confidence as you laugh at your
hmm
own mistakes. Sometimes it's fun to see how fast you can go without tripping over your words.
I remember trying one and ending up stumbling over every syllable. It's a workout for your mouth.
Totally. Now, another key is learning the natural flow of English, which includes linking, contractions, and rhythm. It's like finding the beat in a song.
Yeah,
When you get the rhythm, your speech has that natural musical quality.
that makes sense. I sometimes feel like I speak too deliberately, and it really disrupts the flow.
Right, and that's why shadowing native speakers is so um, essential. It's like you listen and repeat, sentence by sentence until your accent starts to fade in favor of clear, natural speech. It's
Definitely.
similar to how a musician learns a new piece by playing along to recordings.
I like that analogy. A musician repeating the lines until it becomes second nature.
Exactly. And then there's the idea of thinking in English instead of um, translating in your head from your native language. Thinking directly in English makes conversations faster and smoother.
True.
It cuts out that mental pivot that often slows you down.
Yeah, but I sometimes find it really challenging to switch my default mode to English. What can help with that?
Great question. Keeping an English diary is one excellent tip. Jotting down your daily thoughts in English gets you used to expressing ideas directly in that language.
Absolutely.
Even a few lines a day can reinforce that habit.
That's a neat suggestion. And it ties into retelling stories, right? I mean, recounting a familiar story in English can also sharpen your skills.
Right, you are. When you retell a story, you need to capture not just the words, but the cultural nuances too. It's a way to
Indeed.
blend fluency with deep cultural understanding.
Speaking of cultural nuances, the guide also suggests brushing up on cultural references and even your political knowledge. I find that a bit, controversial though. Should cultural awareness really be a part of language learning?
Interesting point. I think it's complementary. Knowing cultural references, like that famous brace yourselves, winter is coming meme from Game of Thrones, really opens up conversation and helps you connect on a deeper level. It gives
Yeah,
context to idioms and jokes that everyone uses.
I get that. It does add richness to the language skills beyond just grammar and vocabulary.
Absolutely. And then there are practical tips like using pronunciation apps, such as Elsa Speak,
Right.
for immediate feedback. These apps can be especially useful for those preparing for exams like IELTS.
True, though sometimes I wonder if relying too much on apps might overshadow real world practice, you know?
I see your point. While apps are great for self correction, nothing beats the dynamics of live conversation, like participating in public speaking events or joining language cafes.
Exactly.
The human element really boosts your learning curve.
Agreed. Being in a setting where people are genuinely communicating encourages you to use all the strategies in tandem.
Right. And then there's something super interesting, using filler phrases strategically. These little phrases like, or actually help keep the conversation flowing. But overdoing them
Yeah,
can be distracting. So moderation is key.
makes sense. It's a balance. Too few and you might seem robotic, too many and you're not getting your point across clearly.
Exactly. And another practical tip is not being afraid to repeat yourself if clarity is needed. If you feel your listener didn't get your point, asking them to repeat back can reassure everyone. It's as
Right.
much about communication as it is about learning.
Right. We're focusing on mutual understanding, not just speaking perfectly.
Yes, exactly. And then there's that often overlooked aspect of body language, how your posture, hand gestures, and even crossing your legs can alter the meaning of your words. It's fascinating how
Yeah,
nonverbal cues contribute to communication clarity.
definitely. I mean, even the simplest gesture can either invite conversation or push people away.
Right, and moving on, another surprising tip is improving speaking through writing. Writing forces you to structure your thoughts, which then translates into better speaking. A
Absolutely.
blog or even journaling can build that structure over time.
That's a really smart approach, using one skill to bolster another. It's like cross training for language ability.
Exactly. Cross training is the right analogy. And lastly, the guide suggests making friends online through language exchanges like Italki or
Yeah,
Tandem. This allows you to practice with native speakers without stepping out, which can be perfect for those who feel a bit shy.
I can see how that would be really useful, especially with so many connected platforms available today.
Yeah, and if you can, visit an English speaking country. The immersion is unbeatable. From the food to the local slang, living the culture really locks in the language. Nothing beats real life experience.
Definitely, I totally agree. The immersive experience is like living the language rather than just learning it from a book.
So, to wrap it up, whether it's daily vocabulary, practicing pronunciation with authentic media, improvising, or engaging in real conversations and cultural immersion, there are tons of ways to get better at English
Absolutely.
speaking. It's about using the combination that best fits your style.
For sure, it's a comprehensive approach. Even if one method doesn't click, the variety ensures there's a tool for everyone. Thanks for the engaging chat. I've definitely picked up some new tips.
My pleasure. And remember, it's like, practice makes perfect. So keep experimenting with these methods until you find what works best for you. Cheers to improved fluency and exciting conversations.